I'm Cindy Copenhaver. I'm the Director of Security for Commonwealth Credit Union. I've been with the credit union for 35 years. I spent 27 of that as a branch manager, and then I transitioned into the Director of Security, so I've been in this position for 8 years now. So we had grown enough that we got to the point that we were in need of somebody to handle access control, alarms, just the overall training and safety procedures for the credit union. And because I was a long-time branch manager, I've been involved with all the security training for the branches and robbery and such. And they came to me and said, hey, how about a new challenge? And so I was like, sure, let's do it. So that's how that happened. And been here doing it for 8 years, learned a lot, and I think we're in a good position right now, and we have a good partner with APB. Culture at Commonwealth Credit Union is a big deal. Security is a big deal. So we have invested a lot in both. Yes, I think we make sure that our staff knows that we make a significant investment in their safety, and I think they appreciate that. We don't just throw out online training and say, you know, we hope for the best. We actually take it personally. If somebody were to come in here and be hurt on the job, it would be personal to us. So we do everything we can to make sure that our staff is trained and prepared for any situation that comes up. Now, does that mean that we're going to be able to keep everybody from getting hurt, keep everybody safe all the time? No, it doesn't. But it means that we do enough training that the muscle memory should take over and they should know what to do when an emergency happens. So the first time that we used anybody, we used APB. And that was after the Old National shooting in whatever year that happened, several years ago. And so there was an emphasis on active aggressor training. I had actually attended a training that Scott did with the FISOA group, the Financial Institution Security Officers Association. And so I was impressed by his training, so I reached out to him to come do training for us. He came and did training for us. He did a 4-hour course for staff. We split them up in a couple days, got them through that. They were really delighted with the training. They felt like it was a good investment. Senior staff felt like it was a good investment. So our partnership started there, and it has grown over the years, and they're a good consultant for me. Like when I reach out for something, it may not be something that APB already has. It could be me just asking a question and it develop into training, and Scott and Noah work with me and come meet with me and say, okay, what are we trying to accomplish? And then they'll even create something specifically for the need that I'm trying to address. Either that or help me create something. So it's just been a good partnership where that comes in mind too, because it's not necessarily just something that you already have created. It's as my needs change, they're willing to work with me to suit what we need. We have 18 different branches, and we have several different size branches. Our largest branch probably has 12 people in it, and our smallest branch probably has 4 in it, so anywhere in between there. Then we have 3 branches in Frankfort that have some back office staff. One of our branches in Frankfort has the majority, 80% of our back office staff, so one of those branches has almost 300 people in it. We've grown pretty quickly over the last few years. We went from just a few branches to several branches, and so that made scaling training more difficult. Last year, we got our first branch that's over 2.5 hours away, so that added a different challenge. So actually, this M3 training series that we've done is helping me to scale our training as well. So going through this process, especially with our branch that's 2.5 hours away, it has given us an option that will work for us in the future, regardless of where we have new branches at. It's a little more difficult logistics-wise with your larger branch because you have to split up your time. You have to have different people responsible for doing the training and watching the training. We happen to have a training group that oversees the training for all. So, and when I say that, you put together the package that you want. So in our case, we did robbery, active aggressor, and verbal de-escalation. So we sent all those out, and by the time we got to the third, we didn't really need any intervention. The branch managers could handle it on their own. And so going forward, now that they know what the process is and how to handle it, they'll be able to do that without much input. As the director of security, I'll just decide upon the content, send out the content, and they'll handle the training. So since we're a financial institution, we do quarterly training, and we do 3 quarters robbery, 1 quarter active aggressor. We do the series. We do the video, the roundtable, the walkthrough, and then we add a small quiz online, which gives me the results to track. So we track it that way. We're only required to do annual security training, but we do 4 different trainings. So I make sure that everybody has at least one completed, but we do make sure that everybody does all 4. We track the online test for the annual compliance requirement. So I think specifically because the first one that we brought in was active aggressor training, that there was a little concern that there would be surprises and get people's heart rates up. But after they attended the training, they learned that that's just not how APB does it. They don't want to scare anybody. They want to train people. So they actually gave us hands-on things that would help people, not only when they're at the credit union, but in their personal life as well. So I think when the police department comes in, it's all from their perspective. It's none from the credit union's perspective. So I think the difference between them and APB is that APB actually looks at our policies and procedures before they do the training to make sure that the training aligns with what we want our staff to do. And they use their background in law enforcement to tie the two together and make it a productive training for our staff. Scott specifically has done most of our classes, and he's been very relatable. So staff has really liked his way of training, and they get a lot out of it. Everybody else that's worked with us too, Noah, Moravchak, several others, have been great as well, but staff really enjoys Scott's interactions with them. So we found that to be very beneficial. Gotten a lot of good feedback from it. I think it's important when you roll out this process that you make sure that branch managers understand how to do walkthroughs, because oftentimes when you do the video and then you do a round table and then you do the walkthrough, when they get through the walkthrough part, they want to revert back to the round table. So it was very helpful for Scott and I to go to the branches together and to teach them how to do an actual walkthrough and to keep it on task. So I think now going forward, now that we've taught them all how to do a proper walkthrough, this plan will work for us regardless of what the topic is. Absolutely, and we've addressed that in our trainings. So usually when we do the robbery trainings in the branches, one of the skits that the branch managers pretend is that we have members in the building, and so we'd go through how to keep the members safe, what to do after to try to keep the members there, to fill out identity cards, get their information to the police, since they could probably identify the robber. So yes, I do feel like it's important to them as well. Like I said, we make a significant investment in technology for security. We make sure that we have alarms, we have cameras, we have access control. So we have everything that works together, and then we do the training on top of that. So it is a significant investment in safety and security, and we think it's important. I mean, just the fact that they have my position is an investment in itself. So somebody to oversee it all for the credit union and to actually work with APB and develop partnerships, and not only with APB, but with local law enforcement in all of our regions is important as well. I would absolutely recommend APB to others, and I have recommended APB to others. So just reach out. If you're needing something and they don't have exactly what you're needing, they'll work with you to create what you need.